Good afternoon from Two Happy Children Farm out in the cornfield today. I'm monitoring the drought conditions in our field. Unfortunately, we haven't had a rain in about 25 days, I think. And we've gotten some dry, cold fronts that should trigger some rains, but they're just bringing in low humidity. Don't really know what to do except to kind of monitor the plant health and see what's going on in the field. Driving through the county, 99% of the corn was planted later than mine. So anything planted after February 17th hasn't tasseled yet. I think I'm one of the earliest plantings in the county. And anything planted after March 1st is still around 8 to 12 color and is really curled up right now. So there's a lot of plant stress. Everything's turning gray. You know that grayish black look when you have a drought. So I was concerned to see that. So right now my corn is in pollination. Doing a shake test here. I'd say we're 70% through pollination. My ear size is right on target. They're about 16 around, going out to 42. This is probably a 14. But at least I haven't had any trouble with pollen shed. I haven't had any trouble with silk elongation. I'd like to take credit for it. Maybe it's the I went on a boron program this year. So for $6 I applied about a pound of actual boron because I was always short. That's supposed to help with pollination, getting the pollen out. So maybe I'll get an extra row or two. But no matter, we're going to need rain to finish this crop. The other thing I did was I've used the canapeo app as a way to check for the canopy health. And it's an automated app you can download, take a picture, and then it does a calculation on how much bare soil it sees compared to foliage. And this part of the field I'm seeing 45% canopy coverage. And in the fields that are showing real drought stress, I'd say they're probably down in the 8% canopy coverage range. So as of right now, I'm really holding the canopy. It's looking as good as it can given the conditions. But we are going to need rain to fill these kernels in. But as far as I can tell right now, I'm in as good a shape as you can be. So all I can do right now is monitor the situation, let you guys know what I'm learning. I think every drought's different. Sometimes it hits you in different stages. So just to remind everyone, this drought happened starting around V8 stage was when we shut off. But we've had fairly regular rain up to then, and at V8 I had a full moisture profile. We haven't had any extreme heat, which often accompanies droughts. So I think the hottest we've had is 92 degrees. But I think what's kicking us in the teeth is just this low humidity, and eventually we're going to need some rain. But when we did get the rain, it all soaked in. I think that's a big plus with no-till, and also getting that canopy over when that rain hit kept it from evaporating off, so I could benefit the most from it. Looking down underneath here, I'm looking for any nutrient deficiencies. I don't see anything to be worried about. I'm pretty sure I can't see them, but they are occurring. As I walk through the field, I'm getting covered with pollen. So there's tons of pollen coming out right now. My camera is like dusty yellow. So anyways, that's just what our field looks like. We're about 25 in. It's Saturday, and on Tuesday it'll make 28 days. Forecast is a possibility of rain on Wednesday, maybe a ½ inch, so maybe that'd give us a break. But as you can see, we have a lot of mulch here on the ground. You can even see the old corn stalks from last year. There's no moisture here, but at least during the time leading up to this, we had the ground covered and cool and everything else. So we planted and planned for this part to be a 180 bushel potential. So now we'll just see how much nature's taken out every day. Here's a leaf that's curling. But this looks 100% better than all the other local farms. And I think a lot of it was the planting date and no-till and a good fertility program. I'm thinking a lot of the other guys are going to be, you never know, they might just start baling up the stalks in June. It's just not looking good right now, especially when they're just now entering that rapid growth phase, V7 through 15. I like to believe that this farm got through the rapid nutrient uptake phase. If you guys follow Fred Below, that's when they're taking in the most nitrogen, up to 7 pounds a day. And I think this field was taking up that 7 pounds every day, and it didn't have any stress during that time. So as a result, you got the best possible plants. Now we just need the opportunity to finish off these ears. Sorry I haven't reported on any good news, but it's hard to find anything useful about how droughts are affecting us on YouTube. So I didn't mean to have this year be the year we document what a drought does to you. But that's what we're doing right now, and maybe we'll see how this ends up in the combine. But we're ready for rain, but I'm happy with how we've handled this drought so far. I saw a couple corn fields that had silk and ears emerging. The silk was about like this, but they didn't have any tassels. So that's kind of scary. The plant didn't have enough energy to push out a tassel, and the silks were already out there. So it's like a ticking time bomb. If that tassel doesn't come out and shed some pollen, that ear is going to be nothing. So I've seen that in most fields that were planted after February 17th. Leaves are sticking straight up in the air, and you can see sunlight all up and down the rows. And I think this is a good sign. You can see the degree of sunlight in this field. So that's 32,000 per acre, and I know I'm not generating any YouTube views with these videos. I could really care less. I'm keeping track of my own crops. We're not doing anything crazy like blowing stuff up, so I don't think we'll ever get views. But I think this will be useful down the road for somebody. And I appreciate other farmers that are doing this kind of work. Jeff Raymond showing us how to recover from a drought or a flood. Ziegler, he's doing a great job with his equipment. And if you guys haven't watched Landis Cooperative, they're out of Iowa, showing you a lot of play-by-play on wet soils and cold soils and all kinds of stuff that happens in the spring. So I appreciate that work, and we hardly get any views, but I think it's worth watching. So if you are watching, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can share some better results in your crop season. This is a cracking here. You can lose your tools in this kind of dirt. So hard clay cracks a lot. And hopefully we'll be updating. I'm going to do another update on the 28th day, and we'll see. Right now the canopy coverage, by the way, is 45%, according to that canapeo app. Thanks for watching, and maybe that'll be a useful tool for you.